7:51 here at Big 550 KTRS. Let's get right to it. Larry Sennebeck from First World. Good morning, Larry.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
All right, what's going on with this Galaxy 7?
Well, I figured I might mention it. You'll see it all over the news today. Samsung's issuing essentially an entire recall of the Galaxy Note 7. So this is like the larger screen-sized phone that they have.
Right.
But it was just released, and it's a major release on their part. They actually already have 2.5 million phones out there that they're having to recall all of those.
They're recalling 2.5 million phones because 5 caught on fire.
Apparently that there's some reports that the batteries have an issue, and there have been 5 incidents in which the phones have been charging and the batteries have caught fire, which of course is no good at all.
No.
So it's one of those things that, if you have a Galaxy Note 7, you should go to Samsung website and see. They have all the details out there, and I would go ahead and get it replaced. And all of this is kind of a huge black eye, especially next week is the announcement of the new iPhone.
Right.
And Samsung is the big competitor to Apple, so
Right.
It's kind of bad timing on their end.
But it seems like just 5. I mean, it seems like an awful small number to recall 2.5 million phones.
Samsung's going to get a black eye for this, but at the same time, we should acknowledge at least that they saw a minute problem and said, you know what, we're going to fix it immediately.
That's a good point.
So I mean, at least
it could become a big problem.
Right. So
right.
it's like at least they're taking action as opposed to just sitting on.
All right, if you have a Galaxy 7 Note that just came out, return it. All right, IBM's Watson. This story is unbelievable.
So we love IBM Watson. For those of you who don't remember, about 5 or 6 years ago now, IBM set off on a challenge. What do they call their grand challenges, where they try to solve a major problem.
And it was Jeopardy.
Well, and they used Jeopardy as a test to create AI, or like the start of AI. From the very beginning, humans have kind of thought that computers would be really good at understanding us when we talk to them.
Right.
Even in the 1950s, when you see movies of robots, all of a sudden, the robots understood us perfectly. But, basically, the thing is, in reality, computers have been really, really bad at that. And so that's what this IBM set out to solve with Watson. And so they did it with Jeopardy, because Jeopardy, you ask interesting questions in interesting ways, and you have to respond in a certain way.
And it was a disaster at first, wasn't it?
At first, for the first little bits, but by the time they actually did the Jeopardy challenge, it actually beat the grand champions of Jeopardy.
Right, Ken Jennings.
Both Ken Jennings. It was an amazing thing to watch. So since then, they've applied this learning robot to different areas. First has been medical, and actually there's been reports that it's been diagnosing cancer patients better than doctors. And it's because it just considers everything. It actually says so you have to teach it. It reads every single medical case in existence and then cross-references everything. But most recently, just this week, IBM's Watson's actually created a movie trailer for the first time.
Yeah, explain this.
So there's a movie, probably not a movie I'm even going to go see, to be honest with you, called Morgan coming out.
Yes.
And it's about a rogue AI, an AI that we create as humans, and it goes crazy or something. The
Like a Watson story. Gone crazy.
Right. So they thought it was kind of funny. They actually had Watson create the movie trailer. So Watson did an analysis, both visually of every scene, did an audio analysis of what's going on in the scene, and analysis of the scene composition. So like where the shot's located, the lighting, the framing, everything else. And from all of that, and based on every other movie trailer in existence that it absorbed and learned how it was structured, it created this 90-second movie trailer for this horror flick that is very creepy.
Is the movie trailer any good?
It actually is. I gotta say, it's for a horror thriller.
Now,
it's good.
Is it a different type of trailer than you've seen, or is it like a very similar trailer to a horror movie?
I think it's very similar in that you see it's using basically the past horror movie trailers, as examples.
Right.
But I would say it's executed very, very well. And the key here is it took Watson a total of 24 hours, start to finish, to make this movie trailer and construct it and export it, which is a lot less time than the Hollywood in general.
They take months sometimes.
So it's money saving, reducing time process from weeks and hours to minutes is what AI is going to do. But definitely worth watching the trailer.
Cool. Yeah.
The trailer's pretty good.
It's no Blair Witch Project or Psycho, but what are you going to do? And this movie's coming out this soon, right? That's part of the deal.
Yeah, it's part of their marketing campaign. It's pretty interesting.
This is part of the scam.
Yep.
Yeah, this is part of the scam known as... actually, David Blausein's going to review the movie next hour.
Oh, that'll be interesting to mention to you.
Yes, he should review the trailer, too, actually. Larry Stenneback, you doing anything special for the 3-day weekend?
Parents are coming into town, so we're gonna hang out.
Oh, so you're gonna hang out with your virtual reality family or your real family?
Oh, your real
family.
Real
Where are
family.
you from, Larry?
Originally from Texas.
Okay.
So yeah, they're coming up, and we're gonna hang out in Central West End.
Fantastic.
Larry Stenneback, first rule, is going to hang out with his real family, which is interesting because he spent his entire adult life in some type of virtual reality. Larry, have yourself a good weekend. Thanks for coming in. 7:56.